Hello. If you would like to know the difference between sublimation and print to cut, or print and cut, or wherever you want to call it, cut and print, please stay tuned and I'll show you. Hello. Welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time watching, thanks for visiting. Please subscribe to my channel, because if you subscribe, you'll be able to know when I upload more videos and tutorials and how-tos. I do a video once a week. And also, if you are not a member of our Facebook group called Brown Girls Craft with Cricut, please go check us out. We have so much fun on that video. We have so much fun on that page. I do polls. A matter of fact, this video right here, this tutorial right here, won the votes for the poll. I had a list of different things that I wanted to share with my members, and this is one: sublimation versus cut and print. So they won. So that's why I'm doing the video. So if you are a member of that group, you will be able to see the things that we do. We all share our ideas. I do tutorials. I do different things with the group, and they show us their products, their projects, their crafting, and we just have a ball. So again, it's called Brown Girls Craft with Cricut, and I will have the link below. So let's get to this video. People always want to know what's the difference between sublimation and print to cut or cut and print. It's just, everybody had their own name for it. Some people say cut and print to cut, or print and cut. So it's the same thing. So let's first start off with, well, let me tell you, okay, this video is about sublimation and the difference between sublimation and print and cut. But also I want you to know about the vinyl. If you want to know anything about a vinyl is the material that we use to make shirts. This is vinyl right here. And let you see my shirt. And you can hear the vinyl. It's like a material that you can hear and you can feel it a little bit. So that's the vinyl. If you want to know about vinyl, the different type of vinyls, there's glitter vinyl, there's foil vinyl, there's heat transfer vinyl, and it's also permanent vinyl 651, and it's also holographic vinyl. And also I have a video about that. I also have a video on how to weed and cut vinyl. I also have a video on how to make a shirt with vinyl and other objects. Like, you can also put vinyl on mugs, cups, umbrellas, makeup bags, tumblers, all kinds of notebooks. So I have videos explaining how to do those also. So check out my videos on my YouTube channel. I'm looking down because I make some notes, so I make sure I won't forget to tell you different things. So if you want to know about the vinyl, check out my other videos. But this video right here is about sublimation and cut and print. First of all, let's go ahead over the 6 things that you need for sublimation. Sublimation, this is my definition for sublimation. People have their own definition for sublimation. Sublimation is basically when you use a special printer, a special ink, and then the ink fuses into the, it goes into the shirt, and you cannot feel it like you can feel vinyl. You will not be able to feel sublimation. Okay, and it's just basically it's an ink, a special ink, and it bleeds into the shirt. And it's like, it bleeds into the fabric, and it feels like just the fabric. At the end of this video, I'm going to show you the difference between how a sublimated shirt looks like and what a cut and print shirt look like. Sublimation, you would need 6 things you need. The first thing you need is a sublimating printer. The printer I have is the 7610 Epson printer. 7610 Epson printer. I got my Epson printer from Office Depot for $120. Okay, that's the first thing you need. You can get more. You can get different printers. I believe the 7610, the 7720, the 2750. All those are Epson printers. Again, 2750, 7720, 7610. You can also get those. Also, they also can be converted into a sublimating printer. But I have the 7710. And if you want to learn how to sublimate your 7710 Epson printer over to a sublimation printer, I have a video for that, so I can link that video below this video. You can get a Sawgrass. The Sawgrass printer runs from $500 to $1,500. That's very expensive. I'm on a budget, so I got the Epson. I always say Epson. It's Epson printer. You can also, there's so many other printers you can get. You can go ahead and research that, but those are the two main printers that I mean, those are the name brands that I know: the Epson and the Sawgrass. The second thing you would need to sublimate is the ink. So after you purchase your printer, you go online to a website. I got my ink from inkprox.com. I love the ink. I also know there's more inks out there that you can use, but I haven't used any other ink but inkprox.com. I went on their website, and what they do, they sent me the ink cartridge kit. So in that kit, they give you the bottles of ink, the cartridge that goes in. They also send you syringes, and the syringes you be able to put the ink, take the ink out the bottle and put it inside the cartridge. Like I said, I have a video on this. I know it might sound kind of scary, but I have a video to show you how to do that. The second thing you need is the sub paper. That is special paper that you need to print on when you're using sub ink. A lot of people use regular paper. I'm gonna do a video on that too, the difference between sub paper and the regular printer paper you get from the dollar store. I'm gonna do a video so you can see the comparison of a shirt when I used those two different papers, okay? But the best outcome is when you use sub paper. I get my sub paper from Amazon, and it's called a sub paper. So you can get different sizes, and it runs from $10 to I think $20-some for that paper. This is how the package look. And it's, like I said, it's called a sublimation paper. Okay, so you need that paper. The third thing you would need a sub blank. Sub blanks can be from your polyester t-shirts. You have to use polyester t-shirts or polyester blend t-shirts for sublimation. You can use cotton, but if you use cotton, you have to use glitter, put glitter on it first, and then sublimate on top of the glitter, or you got to use this special kind of spray. I think it's called Daikin spray. Don't quote me, don't. But like I said, it's a certain kind of spray you can use if you want to use cotton t-shirts. But I recommend and I only use polyester t-shirts, 100% polyester t-shirts, or t-shirts that have the polyester blend. I get my t-shirts from Jiffy Mix. That's the cornbread. Sorry. I get my t-shirts from jiffyshirts.com. And then I also get them from Walmart. And you can also get them from Michael's. Michael's has some polyester shirts from the Cricket t-shirts. Those are polyester. Okay, so, and also you can get some other sublimation blanks, which is, I sublimated on umbrellas. I got them umbrellas from Home Depot. You can sublimate on phone cases, fans, pillowcases, tote bags, so many things, coasters, cups. Sublimate on a lot of different things. And you can, and there's also a lot of Facebook sublimation pages, group pages on Facebook, so just check that out. Just search sublimation blanks, and then have a lot of groups on Facebook you can join to do that, to purchase sublimation blanks. And not sublimate on vinyl. Sublimation is not vinyl. Sublimation is the ink that goes into your shirt. So people always say, how you do this? It's just the special ink and the special printer that you need to use to sublimate on a shirt, okay? The third thing was just the polyester blanks. The fourth thing is you need the sublimation tape. You need sublimation tape. This is sublimation tape. It's a big roll. You get this. I got this from Amazon.com, and I also got the tape dispenser from Amazon because it's huge. But it's basically, you use this when you sublimating because you don't want your image to move off whatever your sublimation blank. So you use this tape to tape it, because if you use any other tape, it will melt. Also, you need parchment paper. I got a big old roll from Sam's. It's this white paper you put on the shirts before you sublimate it. So this is called parchment paper. It comes in rolls. Make sure you cover this. Whatever you sublimate, make sure you cover it up with this, and make sure if you're doing if you sublimate in the shirt, you put it on the inside the shirt, so the ink won't bleed through the shirt to the back of the shirt. And you also put it on the top of the shirt. So you're gonna need 2 pieces of parchment paper when you're doing sublimation on the shirt. Okay. let me see. So, okay, now I said we needed, okay, let's start from, we got our printer, we got our special ink and cartridge, we have our polyester blend or sub blanks, and we have our sublimation tape, and we have our parchment paper. The sixth thing you need is your heat press. You need a heat press because your heat press has to be hot enough to go up to 400 degrees. You cannot do sublimation under 400 degrees. The heat has to get the inks into the shirt to sublimate the shirt. I've tried to use you can use the Cricut press, Easy Press, the new ones. I think it's the Easy Press 2 because they do go to 400 degrees. But I'd recommend heat press. And I do not recommend the big heat. I do not recommend the big Cricut Easy Press because that does not work. I tried it. First of all, I thought something was wrong with my first one. I took it back and I got another one that still didn't work. Basically, it's not heat. They don't heat up the image evenly, and the inks did not apply to the shirt correctly. So you have to make sure that the heat press is heating up the whole image, or it would not come through the inks or I just can't explain it, but it won't bleed into the shirt correctly if you don't have enough pressure, enough heat on the shirt, on the item, or on any other blanks that you use to sublimate on. I've tried it and it didn't work. So yes, the small Easy Press work and the medium Easy Press work, but that big one, it doesn't heat up evenly on the shirt to sublimate. Okay, because I do use the medium and a small one for sublimating umbrellas. They are really good because you can't use a heat press. Well, you can, but it's really hard to use a heat press to do umbrellas. So I have used those I have used the small and the medium size Easy Press to sublimate on the umbrella. And I did it on the shirt too with a small image. Like this image is too big to use the Easy Press. You got to use the heat press for an image this big. And you do not need to sublimate. You do not need a cutter. You don't need a Cricut. You don't need a Silhouette. You don't need that. You can just use Microsoft Word. You can use what is that called? Photoshop. But you do not need a cutter. So if you don't have a Cricut or a Silhouette, you can still sublimate by getting that printer, the ink, and then using your Microsoft Word or your Photoshop to and then you print it out on your sublimating printer. I hope you understand that. So now that I got, and then when you sublimate, one more rule for sublimation, you have to mirror your image. Okay, now it's time to talk about cut and print, or print and cut, or whatever you want to call it. There's only four things you need to have when you do a print cut. Okay, so the first thing you need, you can use any inkjet printer for your print cut. I use a HP Desktop 2635, cheap. I got it from Walmart. It was like under $50, cheap. So any printer will do. Okay, then the second thing you would need to transfer the paper that you use to it's called Joe. I use Jolie's. It's very good. I love it. And this is for dark fabric, and you can also get some for light fabric. It depends on what you're putting the picture on, the image on. Okay, and in this packet, let me show you what you get. In this package, you get 5 transfer sheets, which is these papers right here. And this is what you put in your printer to print on. Okay, paper you need, and it also has the sheet right here that you cover it up when you pressing it, heat pressing it. Okay, so this comes all with it already, so you don't have to worry about anything else. So what you need to do is you get your image out, you print your image, you send your image to the printer, you print it out on this paper. If your image is like really detailed, so you will have to send your image through the Cricut so it can cut it if it's a real detailed picture. But if it's not, you can use scissors to cut it, and then you can put it on a shirt and then iron it on. So like I said, you don't need a cutter because you can use scissors. But if you have a detailed picture, like let me show you. Like for instance, this picture right here, it's just a box. It's so easy to cut around that box right there and put that on a shirt. That's fine. You can use scissors. But if you have a different kind of shirt, when you having like letters and stuff, and you want to cut between the letters, it's better to use the your Cricut or your Silhouette. I also print a cut on a book bag, so you can look at that video. also this, okay, so now we have our inkjet printer. We have our paper, and you get this from Michaels or Joann's Fabric, or you can get this from Hobby Lobby or Amazon. Okay, I got mine from Michaels. And then you need to get any kind of shirt. You can use any kind of shirt. For sublimation, you can only use polyester, but for cut and print, you can use any color and any material. You know, any kind of shirt, polyester, cotton, whatever. So that's a good thing for that, because you can use dark or light shirts. But I forgot to tell you about sublimation. Sublimation is good to use white or light colors, because it won't bleed in correctly on dark colors unless you use the glitter to put it. Unless you sub on glitter first. Okay. And I have subbed on glitter before. And matter of fact, let me show you. This is a black shirt. Okay. This is for my son. Sorry, it's wrinkled, but this is how it looks when you sub on glitter. So basically, I put the glitter. I use my cutter for this. My printer. I use my Cricut for this, as you can see, because it's a detailed shirt. And if I wouldn't be, I mean, I still would have been able to cut that with my scissors. But see how I had to, the printer had to cut this part right here out. The cutter had to cut this part right here out. So yeah, this is easy image to cut with scissors. But you see how you can feel it. You can feel it because the glitter under it. And then I basically cut the glitter out first. I heat pressed it to the shirt. And then I went on ahead and sublimated this picture on top of the glitter. So this is like basically 2 layers. You can say this is 2 layers. Okay. So this is a dark shirt, and the only way you can do sublimation is when on dark, if you have to use glitter. And this right here is just vinyl. Okay. So this is sublimation on a black shirt with glitter. Sorry, I was supposed to be talking about print and cut, but I forgot about that. I want to tell you about that first. And then you back to cut and print. You can use either an iron or heat press or a Cricut Easy Press. We talked about the difference between sublimation and print and cut. Those are 2 different things. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and do a sublimation shirt, and then I'm going to also do a print and cut shirt on a polyester shirt with the same image, and I'm going to show you the difference of how it's going to look compared to both of these images done the 2 ways. Okay, I'm not going to go through the whole detail of how I'm doing it, because I have videos of how to do these things, and I will link it below. But this is just a video to show you how it looks and how it feels after the project is completed. The sublimation versus the print and cut. Okay, let me show you the sublimation one first. I didn't use a t-shirt like I said I was going to use, because I didn't want to waste a t-shirt on the same image. I didn't want to make a t-shirt with the same image on both shirts, so I just used this 100% polyester towels that you can get from the Dollar Tree for $1. So they are 100%, which you have to use 100% polyester for sublimation. So let me show you. And I also, in the beginning of the video, I was telling you about how you can sublimate on regular printer paper. I did that also so I can show you the difference between what it looks like between a regular sublimation paper image and then the regular printer paper image. So let me show you those 2 first, and then I'll show you the print and cut image. Okay, on the towel. This is the sublimation. See how the tone, how the face is, the pigmentation of the skin tone is. This is for the sub paper. Okay, sublimation and sub paper. I'm gonna also show you all together on sitting on the table too. I'm gonna show you one by one also. This is the sublimation on regular print paper, regular copy paper, with sublimation ink, but not sublimation paper. This is copy paper. You see how the skin tone is different? It's a little lighter. So you can tell the difference when you use different paper. So yes, you can use regular printer paper, but you will see the difference in the color. Okay, in the face and the brown, like in different colors. So like you can't see the difference in the black, but you will be able to see the different in the different colors, like brown, red, anything other than black, of course. And this is the image with print and cut. Look at that. This is print and cut. But you can feel and hear that paper from the print and cut. Okay, this is print and cut when you use a regular printer and you use this transfer paper. You cut it and you put it and I can have a video. I was going to show you a video how to do this. I didn't want to put this, I didn't want to do this on this video because it's going to be too long, but I will do a video on how to print and cut an image on a t-shirt, okay? And I'll link it below this video when I do it. Well, this is print and cut, and you can feel the paper, and you can hear it. It's like vinyl. It feels just like vinyl. And it almost looks like vinyl too, but you don't have to do no layering, okay? So that's print and cut. And then when for the sublimation, you don't feel and you don't hear anything. It's just the ink bled into the fabric, okay? You don't hear or feel. Okay, so now I'm about to put it all on the table and show you how it looks together. Side by side, this is paper, sublimation with regular paper, and this is sublimation with sub paper. So you can see it side by side how it looks, okay? It's just a different color in the skin tone. So the sub paper is more expensive than a print. You can get printer paper for like $2, copy paper, and you can get sublimation paper between $10 to $15, depends on what size you get. Okay, what size paper you get. Okay, so that's sublimation paper, copy paper with sublimation printer and ink. Okay, guys. Now I'm going to show you sublimation next to the print and cut. Sublimation ink, sublimation paper, sublimation printer, and this is just cut and print. Get the light better. This is cut and print with a regular printer with the paper I was telling you about, the transfer paper that you buy from my Walmart. From Michael's, Hobby Lobby, Joann Fabric. And then you cut it and you print it with your regular printer, and this is how this looks. Okay, it looks the same. Just like I said, this is a different skin tone pigment, but you can feel and you can hear it's like vinyl, and this is just ink bled into the material. So now you know. Which one do I prefer better? I love the sublimation because it's much easier. There's no weeding. You do have to weed this paper from the backing of the other paper. It's not like weeding vinyl. You're just basically lifting this top off the back of a piece of paper. But sublimation is so much easier. It is more expensive to do sublimation because the printer is, and I said earlier in the video, it was $100. No, it's not $100. It's under $200. So I paid like $180, $190 for my sublimation printer. Okay, and this printer right here I use is only $50. But sublimation is a much better way of doing things because it's bled into the ink. This is good too. You wash it, it's still good. Like I said, I love cut and print, and you wash it, it's still good, but you can feel it. It's like vinyl. So it's up to you how you want to do it. But look at that. They both look great. They both look great compared to all three. There you go. Sublimation paper, sublimation printer, sublimation printer, copy paper, and that is cut and print with a regular inkjet printer. Okay. And another thing I want to let you know, when you 2 more points I want to let you know. Then you convert your inkjet printer over to a sublimation, you cannot go back to inkjet ink. You have to keep the sublimation in there. You cannot go back. Okay. There's one point I wanted to let you know, and one more thing I wanted to let you know. It was something. Oh, that's what I want to show you. I'm going to show you one more thing. This is how it looks if you use the Easy Press. I did this shirt with my Easy Press. Look at that. How the color did not go all the way through. I just want to show you that. Use a heat press when you sublimate. You can use a small Easy Press and the medium size Easy Press, but the big one do not heat correctly. I tried to use this to do on my big Easy Press, the large one, and it did not work. I just wanted to show you that. I was talking to you about that in the video before. I just wanted to show you how it doesn't give the heat is not even throughout the whole machine. I thought something was wrong with it. I took it back and it wasn't. It was just the way. It's just not a good machine for sublimation, but it's good for vinyl and it's good for cut and print. I did not use my heat press for this because I tried to use my heat press with this, and for me, I have a big heat press and that's it right there, and I don't want to change the keep on changing my temperature and stuff. I like to keep it on 400 for sublimation. Okay, so when I did this cut and print, I tried to do it and it melts it. So I did not use my heat press on the cut and print. You can use an iron or you can use the Easy Press. I use my Easy Press, which is just right here. I used this the medium sized one. You see the one on the floor, that's the small one. And then I have the big one right there behind my fan. So I do have all three of them. If you want me to do a tutorial on those, let me know. I can show you the difference between those three. But I used the medium sized one for this project right here because I tried to use my heat press and it did melt. So it's too much heat and I didn't want to fumble with my temperature because it's hard to get it back, you know, programmed to 400. And I keep it on 400 because that's what I do sublimation. And I also use the 400 for my vinyl too, but I just don't leave it on there long. And then once you use, if you use your iron on cut and print, do not put water in it and do not put it on steam. And put it on the highest temperature, but do not put water in it and do not put on steam. And if you use your Cricut Easy Press for this, I put it on 300 for 60 seconds. Like I said, you can always lift it up and just feel it and see if it's the way you want it into the shirt or to the image. I think this is all for this video. I went over a lot of things. Like I said, I prefer the sublimation better just for me because I have a sublimation printer. It's easier, it's faster, no weeding involved. So it's a little bit of weeding involved when you're doing the cut and print, but it's not bad at all. I will do a video. I did a video on the cut and print on the book bag. It's almost the same thing as a shirt, but the image will be bigger on a shirt than it is on a book bag. So check out my book bag cut and print video. I'll put that video under this video. I'll link it into this video. And that's it. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe. Please check out my Facebook group. It is called Brown Girls Craft with Cricut. I will link that below. You have to answer all the questions before I add you into the group. Just please answer the questions and then I will add you into the group. Thanks for watching and have a great day.